Faith is more than belief. It is a way of life that shapes character, guides actions, and connects the human soul to the divine. Surah Al-Mu'minun, the Believers, the 23rd chapter of the Quran, offers profound insights into the spiritual secrets of true faith. This surah is not just a reminder of what it means to believe. It is a practical guide for living a life grounded in morality, worship, and sincere devotion. Today, we will explore the teachings of Surah Al-Mu'minun, uncovering how it defines true believers and inspires us to grow spiritually in every aspect of life. Surah Al-Mu'minun consists of 118 verses, covering a wide range of the themes, including faith, moral character, the natural world as a sign of God, the stories of past prophets, and the ultimate accountability of human beings. The surah begins by describing the characteristics of those who are truly successful in the sight of God: humility in prayer, avoidance of idle talk, honesty in their promises, and chastity. These traits are not arbitrary. They reflect the inner state of the soul that aligns with divine guidance. Al-Mu'minun emphasizes that faith is not limited to verbal declaration. It is manifested through consistent actions, ethical conduct, and a sincere heart. One of the core teachings of Surah Al-Mu'minun is the detailed description of a believer's traits. True believers are humble in prayer, recognizing their dependence on God and approaching Him with sincerity. Avoid vain talk, focusing on purposeful speech that benefits themselves and others. Honor their commitments and promises, demonstrating integrity and trustworthiness. Protect their private affairs and respect chastity, fostering self-discipline and moral purity. Give charity and help those in need, embodying compassion and social responsibility. These traits form the foundation of spiritual development, showing that faith is a holistic concept that integrates the heart, mind, and behavior. Surah Al-Mu'minun also recounts the stories of past prophets, such as Noah, Abraham, Moses, and others, illustrating the enduring principles of faith, perseverance, and divine guidance. These stories teach that trials and challenges are part of the journey of faith. Noah, for example, faced ridicule and rejection while calling his people to righteousness. Abraham demonstrated unwavering trust in God even when faced with immense personal trials. Through these examples, the surah encourages believers to maintain patience, resilience, and unwavering devotion, understanding that every struggle has a purpose in spiritual growth. A unique aspect of Surah Al-Mu'minun is its integration of worship and ethics. The surah emphasizes that performing prayers, giving zakat, charity, and maintaining moral integrity are inseparable. Faith is not abstract, it requires tangible action that reflects inner conviction. The believer is called to balance ritual worship with social responsibility, ensuring that devotion to God also manifests in just, compassionate, and ethical behavior toward others. This holistic view transforms faith from mere belief into a comprehensive way of life. The surah repeatedly points to the natural world as evidence of God's existence, wisdom, and mercy. Mountains, rivers, the human body, and the cycles of life all serve as signs for reflection. Observing these signs strengthens the believer's understanding of divine order and inspires gratitude, humility, and awe. Surah Al-Mu'minun teaches that contemplation of creation is a form of worship, deepening the connection between the soul and its creator, and reminding us that faith is both rational and spiritual. Another central theme of Surah Al-Mu'minun is accountability. The surah reminds believers that success in this life and the hereafter is determined by adherence to faith, ethical conduct, and sincere worship. The promises and warnings throughout the chapter encourage self-examination and spiritual vigilance. True believers strive not for temporary pleasures, but for eternal success, cultivating virtues that sustain them in both worldly life and the life to come. Even for modern audiences, the lessons of Al-Mu'minun remain highly relevant. Humility in prayer can be reflected in mindfulness and gratitude in daily routines. Avoiding idle talk encourages meaningful communication and digital mindfulness. Honoring commitments fosters trust in personal and professional relationships. Charity and social responsibility guide actions toward community and society. By applying these principles, believers can nurture a holistic and balanced spiritual life, combining devotion, ethics, and social awareness. Surah Al-Mu'minun reveals the spiritual secrets of faith by showing that true belief is a living, dynamic process. It is not measured solely by words, but by character, ethical conduct, devotion, and reflection on God's creation. By embodying these traits, believers cultivate inner peace, moral clarity, and spiritual resilience. The Surah encourages us to integrate faith into every aspect of life, reminding us that spiritual growth is continuous, transformative, and deeply rewarding.